where I'm going to start is by saying, based on this diagram, AE, okay, so that's part A. AE is equal to BD. Then we write it opposite sides of rectangle. Okay? Then once I make BD to be equal to AE, then I'll say here my length for BC is gonna be equal to 2,500 minus 60 meters. Okay? And that will give me my BC as 2,440 meters. Okay? So the length of BC is going to be 2,440. Okay? I hope you, when you're doing the question, if you did it, you saw that. Okay? So now that we know the length of BC, okay, we now need to identify a triangle that we are going to use the trigonometric ratio. So my triangle is going to be ABC. So the next step is to say, in triangle ABC, if I use trig ratios there, okay, this is my reference angle. Okay, that's my reference angle. So this side here will be the opposite side. Obviously, this becomes the adjacent, and AC becomes the hypotenuse, because AC is opposite the right angle. Okay? AC is opposite the right angle. All right? Once I do that, it becomes easy to carry on. I just have to use my trig ratio. Remember, it's SOHCAHTOA. Okay? So, I want to calculate the length of what? Of AB. AB is the distance that's going to be traveled by the helicopter for it to end up being right above the building. Okay? So I have an opposite side and I have an adjacent side. So which ratio can I use? You have to use tan. Okay? Now for this question here, there is no way out. You have to use tan. Okay? You have to use tan. Unless if you decide to find the hypotenuse, okay, then you calculate the length of AB. Otherwise, if you don't calculate the length of AC, then you have to go straight away to use tan. So it's going to be tan. Here I'll call it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split that angle A into two. Okay? I'm going to call this one A1 and that one A2. Okay? Please, you are allowed to do that, even when you're writing a test, because this question has got some geometry in it. So the naming of angles is very, very important. If you don't want to use subscripts, then you have to name the angle as angle BAC. Okay, I'm emphasizing this because the naming of triangles, of angles is very, very important. Okay? So based on my labeling, it will be tan A1 is going to be equal to, tan A1 is going to be equal to my opposite side over my adjacent side. What's my opposite side? It's BC. My adjacent side is AB. Okay? I don't have enough space, so I'll try to squeeze it here on the page. I don't want to go to the next page. Okay? Then I'm going to substitute now. So I'll have tan 72 degrees is equal to, the opposite side is BC, that's 2,440, and my adjacent side is AB. Okay? Okay? Then the denominator You cross multiply them. When you cross multiply, you get AB times 72 degrees is equal to 2,440. Okay? We want to find AB, so your AB will be equal to 2,440 divided by tan 72 degrees. Okay? Then you take out your calculator. So it's going to be 2,440 divided by, okay, let me remove, divided by tan 72. Okay, so you get 792, okay, that's 80 meters. Okay, so that's our answer there. So let me just put that here. I'm going to use a different color for that. Okay, let me use that one. So this will be equal to 792,80 meters. Okay, so that's your answer there. For the distance traveled by the helicopter until it gets to the top of right above the building. Okay. All right, so it's 792,80 meters.
So why can't you use half time? Because it was 1/3.
The helicopter has traveled 792,8 meters to point B. Now it's right above the building. And the distance above the building is 2,440 meters. So it's right at the top there. Then it says, what is the angle of elevation from point E, okay, to the helicopter? All right? So the helicopter is here. Right? Let's say there is an observer who is somewhere there, and that observer is looking at the helicopter. We need to find the angle of elevation. Now, to do that, we are going to need to do a construction. Okay? We have to do a construction. That construction, okay, let me use this color. Okay, let me use green. Right? Please assume that this is a straight line. It's not straight, but assume that it's a straight line. So we want this angle. That will be our angle of elevation from point E to B. So I can call it theta. Okay? I can call it what? Theta. No, no. Don't make that assumption. Okay? Please, that angle is not 45 degrees. Okay? Because the height, or rather the length from G to B is going to determine what side this angle is going to be. So we cannot make an assumption that it's 45. It's not 45 unless we prove that it's 45. Okay? So if you want to carry on, your knowledge of geometry is going to be required. Right? Based on the information set, everything that we have found the length of ED. Okay? Okay. What do I mean by that? If you found the length of AB, AB is equal to ED because the opposite sides of a rectangle are what? Are equal. So ED is going to be 792,8 meters. Okay? All right? So I can now easily find theta, which is the angle of elevation, by using the length ED and the length of AE, which is equivalent to BD. And then I can be able to calculate that angle theta. So I'm going to have an opposite side and an adjacent side. Are you following? What I'm saying is, with reference to this theta here, BD becomes your opposite side, and ED becomes your adjacent side. Because BDE is a right angled triangle. Remember, this building is 90 degrees there. Because of this 90-degree angle here, it means BDE is going to be a right angled triangle. Which one is our angle of elevation? The angle of elevation is the angle between the horizontal plane, which in this case it's ED, and the line of sight to the helicopter. Okay? So that line of sight is going to be this line here, up to B. So our angle of elevation is that. Remember, the angle of elevation is measured from the horizontal plane in an anti-clockwise direction when the object being observed is above the horizontal plane. Which object is being observed? Is the helicopter, which is at point B. Okay? So once you are aware of that, then this becomes easy to put. Okay? To be in triangle BDE, okay, tan theta is equal to the opposite side, which is BD, over DE. Okay? Then I'll say tan theta is equal to, what is my BD? BD is 2,440. And DE is 792.8. Okay? Now we can use shift tan or arctan. So our theta is going to be arctan of 2,440 divided by 792.8. Okay, then take out the calculator. Okay, remember here it will be shift tan of 2,440 divided by 792.8. Okay, so the angle is going to be exactly 72 degrees. Okay, so theta is going to be 72 degrees. Then you can say, therefore, the angle of elevation is 72 degrees. Okay, so the answer is that. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Sir?
Okay, it's the way that I wrote my 2 zeros. All right. So this becomes to be shift tan of 2,500 792.8. So you get 72.41 degrees. 72.41 degrees. Okay. Then you can say, therefore, the angle of elevation is 72.41 degrees. Okay. Then that will be. Okay. It's fine now.